Yo, what's up guys, Teacher Paul over here, and today we are reacting to a video which talks about the problem. Not only the problem, the big problem in Dutch football. This is from a channel called Tifo Football, and this is the story of all about how I don't know, Dutch football has a problem apparently. So we're gonna check it out, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's go straight to the video to understand what this is all about. Let's go.
Dutch football has seen a dramatic rise in fan unrest. In 2023, Ajax against Feyenoord had to be abandoned, and images of the violence were beamed around the world.
Wow.
It was the most high-profile incident, but it was just the latest in a growing trend. But
what? So they're gonna talk about the fans. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. If you're a fan, let me know if this is true, if this is exaggerated, if this is false. Let me know your experience with this.
why? And who or what is really the cause?
The problem in Dutch football. The Athletic
Ajax
Tifo.
against Feyenoord has always been a feisty affair, and one that Ajax has tended to dominate in recent years. But this year was different. With Feyenoord 3-0 up, Ajax fans showed their disgust by throwing flares onto the field at the Johan Cruyff Arena in Amsterdam. And this was the second such stoppage in the game.
Wow.
The Dutch.
That's where all the orange smoke comes from. Interesting. Interesting.
In the game.
And this is a classic match, right? Two big rivals.
The Dutch Football Federation, the KNVB, had recently brought in rules just for this occasion. If a match was stopped twice because objects were thrown onto the pitch, then the match would be abandoned.
Oh, come
and so
on.
the
And who would
referee
win?
called off the game. One of the most important games in the Netherlands is discontinued, said Jan van Halst, Ajax's acting CEO. That's serious. Everyone is angry and sad because of this.
This is a
Since the
derby.
start of 2023, there had been dozens of examples of unruly fans stopping matches, attacking players, and generally being uncontrollable.
No
In
way.
February, a 20-year-old PSV Eindhoven supporter punched Sevilla's Serbian goalkeeper, Marko Dimitrovic, in the face. In April,
Bro, that's not football. That's WWE. Well, those are fake, but that's MMA.
Ajax midfielder Davy Klaassen was cut when hit on the head by a
Oh my
lighter during a game
goodness.
against Feyenoord.
A lighter?
In May, 150 AZ Alkmaar fans were arrested for anti-Semitic chants on their way to a game against Ajax. And in the same month, a battalion of hooded supporters tried to break into the away end during AZ Alkmaar's Conference League tie against West Ham United.
Come on, this is becoming like the hooligans from the UK. What's going on with the football? I know that the fans are very passionate, very, the craze and the hype is so much because you guys love football. I recently saw the commemoration, and it was honestly, it was very, very family friendly. The march that the Dutch fans did in Hamburg, Germany, and that was a beautiful thing to see. So I wonder if this is just specific cases. So let me know, guys. Enlighten me a little bit more. Let's watch the video.
Matches have been abandoned involving FC Twente, FC Utrecht, Go Ahead Eagles, and Sparta Rotterdam, among others. And the Dutch authorities and the Dutch press know who was to blame: the Ultras.
The Ultras.
This no longer has anything to do with football and being a supporter, said Dilan Yezilgos Zagirius, Minister of Justice and Security, after
So do you agree that the Ultras is spoiling everything for all the fans?
the Ajax game was abandoned.
No,
You
that's
play with the
sad.
safety of the players, fellow supporters and yourself. Shame on you.
Wow.
The country's Prime Minister, Mark Rutte, also weighed in. You don't touch players, coaches and referees. What happened here is totally scandalous. The
Yeah.
police and politicians have been left scrambling for answers to this 21st century moral panic, equating ultras with hooligans. In a country known for its
Wow.
pragmatism
That's what
and
I just
rationality,
said.
how could groups like ultras and such extreme violence in football exist?
Bro, are the Ultras in the UEFA Euro 2024? Are they, doing something? I hope not, because that would spoil this up, Which, let me know. Do you guys think the Netherlands has a chance of winning? You're first in your group right now, and you're going to play against France on Friday. If you beat France, I think you have a big chance of going to the final, because France is, they are very strong.
The government has threatened to ban all fans from the ground, whilst newspaper columnists have wondered which draconian measures should be imposed in response. The DASPO banning orders in Italy, for instance, which prevent anyone who's been accused of disorder around a stadium from attending games, forcing them to sign their names in at the police station before, during, and after a match. Or the Pasilig card system in Turkey, which links your ticket to your seat, where you are filmed by police and HD surveillance cameras. Now, while hooliganism has been curbed in both countries, it's been at the cost of stripping fan culture of much of its character. But
that is so sad, because instead of focusing on, improving the experience for the fans, now the organizers have to think of how they can protect the players, which is a sad thing. Now they have to film people. Now that's all at the cost of, of the using that budget for other experiences, Oh man, that's so sad though.
Much of its character. But the panic also misunderstands ultra culture. Whilst violence has long been adjacent to the scene, ultras can also inspire political and legislative change. They've played a role in resolutions and uprisings in Ukraine, Egypt, Serbia, Algeria, Turkey and beyond. In Germany, protests largely organised by ultras successfully prevented pirate equity investment into the game. Ultras tend to reflect their environment and surroundings. Hooliganism, by contrast, places violence above all else. And the Netherlands had, in the past, a similar issue with English-style hooliganism. In fact, the hooligans of Dutch side ADO Den Haag were once considered the world's most ferocious. Famously, they burned down their own stadium in the 1980s when angered after a defeat. Now, ultras are the dominant and most visible football.
That's the most stupid thing I've ever heard. You burn your own stadium because you suffer a loss, and that money that was supposed to be used to improve the team, buy new players, now it has to be for the reconstruction of the stadium, further making the team weaker. And oh man, that makes no sense. You're not supporting them. You're just, oh man, how could you burn your own stadium?
They burned down their own stadium in the 1980s when angered after a defeat. Now,
the 80s was crazy.
Are the dominant and most visible football culture, attracting young people in large numbers, and politicians are happy to assume its responsibility for violence.
Wow.
But is there something deeper going on, which football stadiums are merely reflective of? For example, the Netherlands has seen a marked increase in political extremism, exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic. Politicians have been inundated with death threats following violent protests over everything from climate change policy to COVID laws to anti-refugee marches. The 2021 anti-lockdown protests took place in dozens of cities across the country, often turning violent and bringing together a collection of citizens who may not have stood on the same side of a protest before.
Bro, this
Once
is scary.
lockdown ended, added impetus was given to a farmers' uprising against laws designed to make farming sustainable. These too have seen violent confrontations with the police, blockades and the mass dumping of manure on highways as conspiracy theorists from around the world have been drawn in, believing the reforms to be part of a plot called the Great Reset, a multi-headed conspiracy that centres on the idea that global elites under the cover of pandemic restrictions are stealing land in an attempt to enslave humanity. The Dutch intelligence service, the AVID, has warned that so-called anti-institutional extremists are the biggest threat the Dutch state currently faces.
Wait, anti-institutional extremists. Institution. What?
Wide-ranging term for a loose coalition of far-right and far-left.
That makes no sense. That acronym, anti-institutional extremism, shouldn't it be AVE? Or AIE? AIE?
Left activists, anti-vaxxers and conspiracy theorists.
Wait, my video just, for a second there, it's back.
That have found unlikely common ground thanks to social media. And when a general election was held last year, it was won by the populist far-right PVV and their firebrand leader, Geert Wilders, who wants to ban Islam and shut down mosques. The Netherlands is changing, and perhaps this whiplash populism is now being reflected in football too.
Interesting.
As Matthias Koenig from the Dutch national fan group Supporters Collective Nederland told The Guardian, maybe you saw in society as a whole more anti-government sentiment. There was more polarization, and people maybe more have their own truth. so that there's a bigger chance that you're in a certain bubble with people who only think like you. It was highlighted in society, and so you see it in football as well. A report for the Dutch police, released last October, blamed the violence in Dutch football on young fans, relatively new to the scene and therefore not on the authorities' radar, who held deeply anti-establishment views and were not scared of authority. Others have suggested that the explosion of violence is a logical consequence of coronavirus lockdowns, like shaking up a bottle of Coca-Cola and then opening the lid. So, perhaps it's not the young people or football fans who've changed. Perhaps it could be the surrounding society. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. The Athletic is home to some of the world's best sports journalists.
Go check out Tifo. That is a very interesting video, a little bit sad, and I think it's a little bit on the general side, but at the same time it is an issue, right? And I don't think the majority agree with this, because guys, you should just enjoy, right, without any violence, man. Oh, that is sad. I thought this video would be a little bit more talking about the strategies that that the Dutch haven't been implementing. So I thought the problem with Dutch football was going to talk about the strategies and how, you know, if they did something different, they could have won a few World Cups. But it went to a kind of a dark side. And man, I absolutely loved watching the videos of the fans in Hamburg. You know, they were dancing in the streets, you know, having a good time, very friendly, no injuries, no harms. But I think every fan base does have the extremists, which spoils for everyone else, I guess. What are your thoughts on this? It would be interesting for, you know, you guys, the Dutch, to let me know your opinions, because this video I don't know if it is from a Dutch, so it'd be nice to get your perspective. You guys especially who go to games, how are the experiences there? Is it getting worse? Is it getting better? Is this video, you know, sensationalism? Is it accurate? Is it true? Let me know in the comments, and be safe out there, guys. UEFA Euro 2024 is there. You know, the Netherlands has just won against Poland. They're gonna go against France. Be careful out there on Friday, you know, because France fans can also be a little bit, what's the name here, avid. They could also be very passionate. Yeah, can you imagine if the finals is Holland versus Germany? Wow, Holland versus Deutschland, or the Netherlands versus Germany. Oh, that would be nice. Guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, request a video. Link is in the description. Donkey. Is that how you say it? Donkey? Bye-bye. Take care. Now you can get full access to exclusive content, special reactions to shows, series, anime, full movies, and even request a video of your choice. Just become a YouTube member or join Buy Me a Coffee today. Find out more, the link is in the description.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right.